Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
Did you tell him what you knew?
I said that I had no information about any contact with the student and that he was a good man, and I didn't have any information for him.
Day 4 of the trial against West Fargo teacher Aaron Knodel wrapped up with his wife on the stand. Knodel is accused of having a sexual relationship with a teenage student in 2009. Aaron's wife, Marie Knodel, said that she was shocked when the Bureau of Criminal Investigation reached out to her about these allegations. She testified that she never goes out of town for work and never did in 2009. That's when the accuser claims the inappropriate relationship happened. Marie Knodel cried on the stand after talking about the couple's 3 children. Much of today's testimony came straight from Aaron. He admits to speaking on the phone frequently with the alleged victim during her senior year of high school. Knodel said over time the girl's calls became overwhelming, and his family was also impacted by his commitment to his students.
I have been a very dedicated teacher, to the detriment of my family sometimes. They've made some sacrifices for me because I put in a lot of time. And my wife always told me, she said, you don't live to work, you work to live.
Knodel has denied all allegations against him, and he says the notes in the alleged victim's book are not from him. Hear more of Knodel and his wife's testimony coming up on Valley News Live at 6. The USDA has now confirmed avian flu in a commercial turkey flock in Lemoore County, North Dakota. This is the second case documented in the state so far. The other is in Dickey County. The flock in Lemoore County has about 69,000 turkeys and about 2,000 chickens. The location has been quarantined and the flock will be destroyed to prevent any further spread of this disease. And it's not just in North Dakota. Minnesota is America's largest turkey producer, and turkey growers are going to feel the pinch. More than 2.5 million Minnesota turkeys have died as a result of the bird flu, and 45 turkey farms have been hit by the disease. Some countries have even cut off imports coming from Minnesota, which will hurt the bottom line for poultry producers. Well, it's a little gray out there and cool, but it sure is nice to have that wind take a little bit of a break. Let's go to our chief meteorologist, Hutch Johnson, for a look at tonight's forecast. Hutch?
Thanks, Stephanie. As promised, it's been a gray Friday. The wind has picked up just a little bit, but not nearly as gusty as earlier in the week. Now, we did have some rain showers move through the area overnight, and we still see a few sprinkles in our southern county along the South Dakota border. Temperatures range a ridiculous amount over the region. Baudette is 41. It's at least 10 degrees warmer than that in the Red River Valley, and it is in the low 70s in Mobridge. And there's a closer look at the rain showers, mainly to the south at this hour. I cannot rule out a sprinkle or two in the FM area as we go through the late evening hours, but it's more likely to the south of us as temperatures will hover around the 50-degree mark and the upper 40s for most of our evening. I'll have details on your weekend ahead. If you have outdoor plans, it looks good. Looks like we have some warmer spring-like temperatures to talk about as well, and we'll do all that in a few moments.
We like those spring-like temperatures.
Indeed.
All right, thanks, Hutch. Well, it seems like there's no shortage of apartment buildings in the FM Metro. Right now, there's about 2,500 unfinished units under construction, and a couple hundred more projects are about to begin. Vacancy rates within Fargo are around 4%, which is average for a city, and city leaders say it's unclear if there are enough renters. Valley News Team's Nicole Johnson has much more on the overall situation.
Once a quiet South Fargo neighborhood, recently filled with the sound of nail guns and forklifts.
It makes it difficult for the residents on the street.
There were only houses when Andrew LaRue moved into the block, but now huge apartment buildings are upsetting some of the neighbors.
With the increased traffic flow on the roads, they're narrow enough and it's tight enough with parking on here, and you increase the traffic flow by 150 cars.
A layout that's fairly typical, according to the city. Every year, more and more apartments are being built and fewer single-family homes are going up.
We have a lot of buyers, like especially first-time home buyers, who are trying to get into their first home.
But if you're trying to transition from apartment to house, finding something affordable has become a challenge.
It is seller's market for sure, and we are again facing those multiple offers, especially again, the range under 250,000.
What do you think the city needs to do to get affordable housing?
I'm not sure how much we can do. There's labor costs, there's land costs, there's floodproofing costs. I think some of the affordable housing in the future is going to be more attached housing. What you're seeing now, maybe more of the units will be multifamily.
While the increased number of apartment buildings isn't ideal for LaRue and his neighbors, many of them say there's nothing they can do about it.
I think it's good for the economy, good for the community, the growth. That doesn't bother me a whole lot.
Nicole Johnson, Valley News Live.
Officials with the city of Fargo tell us that apartments have become more popular over the past 50 years, adding that the majority of the population's younger adults or senior citizens, groups that tend to prefer apartments. Well, it came as quite of a surprise when a hotel manager noticed that his building had been run into and the driver was nowhere to be seen. It happened around 2 at the Rodeway Inn in Fargo. At this time, no word yet on the driver of the vehicle. The general manager of the hotel is pretty frustrated.
It's frustrating. It's just, but some people just don't have any responsibility, I guess. They just don't care.
Now he estimates about $10,000 in structural damage. A T-bar also had to be put in place to support the building. A traffic wreck caused a nightmare for drivers today. Emergency crews responded to this rollover in Fargo. It happened on the intersection of Main and 45th Street. Authorities tried to control traffic in the area during that crash, and so far no word on injuries. No charges will be filed in 2 officers who shot a drunk driver in Jamestown last month. Police say Lee Ellingson took police on a chase through town after a convenience store employee told police Ellingson appeared drunk. The chase ended with Ellingson being shot and taken to the hospital after he tried to hit an officer with his truck. A statement released by the Stutsman County State's Attorney's Office says the officers were justified in using that force, and the evidence shows it was necessary in order to make the arrest. One man is in jail, another on the loose after a chase through West Fargo overnight. Speeds were reaching 96 miles an hour. 25-year-old Al Sotelo from West Fargo was arrested for fleeing from law enforcement. A second suspect is also wanted for fleeing and reckless driving in this case. It's a career field that's always on the move, literally. Today, students learned about careers on wheels. In this specific type of job, the action happens behind the wheel. Local businesses showcased their vehicles and looked at the careers that they used to take, and they talked to students at Carl Ben and Ben Franklin Middle School. The goal is to open students' minds to different career opportunities.
This is great. I don't remember being a kid and having this at school, and I hope these kids, our advice is to them is to ask their parents friends, if they have a career they're interested in, see if you can go to work with them for a day and get a leg up to know what they want to do before they go to college.
Additional Careers on Wheels presentations will be held at Carl Ben and Discovery Middle Schools in the coming weeks. Ever wonder what $1,000 worth of pizza looks like? The students at Cheyenne High School got a taste of it. They took home the pizza prize, beating West Fargo High in their recycling challenge. Cheyenne ended up collecting 45 yards of single-stream recycling. West Fargo High, they collected 10 yards. The recycling challenge was put on as a fun way to make the transition into single-stream recycling through waste management. It's a big weekend for Bison fans. The green and gold spring football game is at the Fargo Dome tomorrow, but there's a lot going on besides the game. Fans can enjoy tailgating, get autographs from the team, and see a preview of the special yearly DVD. Head coach Chris Kleiman says fans can expect to see a high-energy game and a number of young players on the field. A veteran to the team is senior wide receiver Zach Vrah, who's returning for his 5th spring season.
It's hard to leave this area. Once you become a Bison football player, you'll understand. But to just be out here with all the guys and create relationships and just play the sport that I love, it's hard to turn down.
And KVLY has you covered. Watch the pregame show starting at 1 p.m., kickoff at 1:30 to get a peek at the continuing championship tradition. DVD, go to valleynewslive.com and look for this story in both sports and the Valley Today tabs. It's the window to our universe, the Hubble telescope, and it's turning 25 today. The shuttle Discovery launched on April 24th, 1990, with the Hubble telescope on board. NASA scientists and stargazers alike have been treated to spectacular images of outer space. It continues to circle the Earth at an incredible rate of once every 97 minutes. Still ahead tonight, PepsiCo is taking a chemical out of its drinks. Why they decided to make this move.
We're gray, but overall our weather is quiet here in the northern plains, warming up for the weekend as thunderstorms roll through the southern plains this weekend. Your forecast is next.